Here's a look right now outside from our Grand Haven Tower cam. We've had alternating periods of clouds and sunshine all day. It's still a pretty pleasant late spring day out there though, and it'll be more of the same tomorrow as we're going to get mostly dry weather for much of the week. Chief Meteorologist George Lessons is in the Weather Center now with a first look at the forecast.
The only folks that I don't think that will enjoy the forecast are the growers that might need a little bit of rain. It's going to be virtually rain-free much of this week, but outside we're looking at some very high waves on Lake Michigan. Those are the concerns here this evening. If you're planning on heading over to any of the lakeshore beaches here tonight, just to avoid the north breakwalls and the piers and the north side of the channels because there are some very high waves running about 3 to 5 feet. Nice view from the earth cam down at St. Joseph Beach. You notice not a lot of folks in the water. That's good because there is a pretty high risk for rip currents down in Van Buren County and points southward where waves will be building to about 3 to 5 feet out there on Lake Michigan. Again, most of those higher waves will be on the southern end of the lake. Allegan County beach forecast this evening. You can expect those 1-footers to build to about 3 to 5, and that's about where some folks start to get into trouble. That's Saugatuck Dunes State Park down through the west of beach, and also a high risk for swim hazard down in Van Buren County, and that includes the north and south beach and also Van Buren State Park. Be very careful as you head out to the beaches. It's all being caused by a very strong north wind that's piling up those waves on the south end of the lake. Those northeast winds have kept us a little bit cooler today. Highs generally in the low to mid 70s. Instant replay here tomorrow. Yeah, a mixture of some clouds and sunshine today. There are some scattered showers starting to work their way down into northeast lower Michigan. If you're east of M66 this evening, you may catch a brief or an early overnight shower or an isolated thunderstorm, but not here in Grand Rapids. Tomorrow, though, we may get a chance of a pop-up shower, especially along and east of US 131. Other than that, virtually dry right on into the weekend with highs very comfortable, low to mid 70s. What's ahead for your weekend? Got some hot weather on the way. We'll talk about that a little later on.
Summer-like temperatures over the weekend were nice. Now we're going to get some cooler air.
It actually feels like spring out there today. George is outside on the weather deck with that still pleasant forecast.
Welcome back, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Juliet, how was Mount Pleasant?
Oh, the weather was absolutely perfect. I think this was the best year ever, George.
Awesome. We tried to make that happen. Nick, how was your time off?
Alaska was great. Southeastern Alaska, so think Seattle-type weather. It was around 65. And had actually more sun than we'd anticipated.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it has cooled off here in West Michigan today, guys. Not atypical for this time of year, but certainly different than what we had over the weekend. 13 weather ball is staying green here tonight. That means no change to the comfortable, pleasant 70-degree temperatures foreseen. And this view brought to you by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Looking at plenty of clear skies this evening. There may be a few more clouds off to the north and east, but temperatures will cool off to around 70 by 7 o'clock, and will eventually step down into the mid-50s by early tomorrow morning. Beautiful view, courtesy of the city of Holland, of Collin Park. Looking out over the water there, 74 degrees. You have a wind blowing out over Lake Michigan, so you're actually a few degrees warmer than the inland areas, and that'll be the case again here during the day tomorrow. But the concern has been today for some high waves out in Lake Michigan. It's starting to get into the boating and beach season. Waves south end of the lake will be running about 3 to 5 feet this evening, and that's the reason why small craft advisories are in effect for most of the evening. If you're heading out in that direction, be very, very careful if you plan on heading out into the water. It's definitely chilly out there. Water temperatures are still only around 60 to the low 60s. I think they may actually go down if those northeast winds continue as expected here during the night tomorrow, or during the night and during the day tomorrow. But the Lake Michigan water temperatures, as you can see, the blue line is the average water temperatures, and we've been running above average for much of this year, starting in mid-January, and just slightly above the average so far into the month of June. Other than that, we've got that area of clouds that came down quickly this morning. Started out with a little bit of fog, but those clouds have been clearing, and now we got some scattered showers and an isolated thunderstorm starting to rotate down into northeast lower Michigan. East of M66 tonight, you may catch a brief shower. Don't think we'll see any thunderstorms, but again, most areas will stay dry, not only here tonight, but during the day tomorrow as well. I say tomorrow because we're going to see another one of these little waves come down from the east. That will be tomorrow afternoon. Watch that come on through. There might be a pop-up shower generally east of 131 in the afternoon. If you get one, you'll be very fortunate or unfortunate depending on your point of view, because this is really the only chance of rain much of this week, as we're going to continue with a northeast wind. That means low humidities while comfortable temperatures well up into the 70s. And then we're going to turn the heat up for the upcoming weekend, perhaps the hottest air of the season so far. Temperatures here tomorrow up into the low and maybe mid 70s, a little warmer toward the lakeshore. Similar conditions here on Wednesday, and then we'll start to slowly warm things up as we get into the middle part of the week. Mid 70s here by Thursday. All the way around looking pretty good, including tonight. Lots of clear skies, mostly clear, around 50 to 54. Warmest will be here in Muskegon and Holland. Up north, again, a chance of a brief evening shower, generally well to the east of 131. 49 to 51 for overnight lows, and here in the greater Grand Rapids area, Ionia eastward, that's the best chance that you get an evening shower. Other than that, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows in the low and mid 50s. Virtually dry right on into the weekend. The only real threat of some showers and thunderstorms may come overnight Friday night as a warm front moves through. That'll push dew points into the 50s to near 60 on Saturday as temperatures warm up into the upper 70s. 13 on target forecast. And then the heat is on. Sunday we'll hit the mid 80s with dew points climbing into the 60s, maybe near 90 on Monday. That will be our first 90 of the season. And then a cold front comes through on Tuesday with some showers and thunderstorms. That'll just drop the humidity levels, but really not the temperatures a whole lot. We'll stay in the low 80s and mid 80s about a week to 10 days from now. Maybe summer has blossomed.
That does look like summer. Thank you, George.
Youpers don't like 90s. I'll get used to it, though. Thanks, George.
Okay.